In the film, we're going to look at what a large ad agency looks like, who are the people in there, and where they're made up of. So an ad agency has many different departments: account services, account planning, creative, finance, accounts, media buying. Some don't have that, but most large ones do, or they have a separate little sister agency that does that. Production. So there's either a general manager or a CEO that oversees an agency, and there are many vice presidents beneath her or him. But in general, this is how it's broken up. And the interesting thing to note is that there are many people that work in an agency, and they don't necessarily work directly with the creative, what we think of what an agency does. But it's like any business. It has finance and it has production parts. So we start with the account director, and under the account director are many different steps. And people entering an agency, or like you students going into an agency, will start as an account coordinator or an assistant account executive, an AAC. And these people, as you'll read in your book, interface with the client. So they protect the client, or not necessarily protect them, but they look out for the client interests to make sure that what's being produced is in the interests of the client. Very important position to understand the mind and needs of your client. The next is the account planner. Now, we only have one item under account planner, but now that's becoming a very much larger in each agency, and even entry level. There's junior account planners. This is also called strategizers, who do research. They also sort of represent the consumer, the customer. What's the customer want? What's their desire about the product? It's very important to know who you're selling to. So they do the research and help the creatives understand. They help write the brief that the creatives will get to produce the work. So next you see here a big large tree of the creative director. So the creative director is a very important, very, very important person in an agency, because it's their view, their perception, and their vision that gets reflected in most of the work that is done. So you'll see there are many people under a creative director, things that you can enter in as a copywriter, art director. So you see the copywriter, art director, they usually work as a team. And the teams don't always stay together. They float around, but some people are hired as teams producing work. Graphic designers are production. That's another entry-level position. Then we have the finance, and under finance is paying checks, accounting. So these types of people with these skills are also in the agency. Then another area, media. So media buying is becoming larger and very important. How you can buy certain media, so displaying on TV or certain shows or a newspaper or on the internet, or what Snapchat items, what will work on Snapchat, what will work somewhere else. Also, media has become a new area of where some creativity is found. So it's where they're seeing how they can use the media and find the right creative for that media. So sometimes it works backwards. Instead of the creatives creating for the media, sometimes the media people can identify, oh, this is a unique use of this, this radio spot or this show. And now, can you produce something for this? So they have their hand in the creative side too. And then there's operations, and operations is huge. And that's where everything has to be produced, and everything has a timeline. So traffic managers, sometimes students enter in that area, in operations. So making sure that jobs are getting through on time and making the deadline. Because you miss a deadline, it can be very expensive, especially making sure um, any in-house production of like a radio spot or any short video is done on time, that it's written, that it's checked, it's gone through legal, that everything's correctly done. A lot of stuff that's some stuff that's not here is also would be under suppliers. So suppliers would be out of house design that you might buy out of house, or TV production, commercial, actually filming the commercials, and that type of stuff would be done out of house. So these are the people that are inside a large agency, and they have many assistants. And some agencies are smaller, some may not have media. Some may buy out the strategy, the account planning part. And then as these agencies get bigger and they have these conglomerates that own many, many agencies, they may have certain ones specialize in different areas.
I hope you've enjoyed this overview of Inside an Agency.